It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show, and it's going down. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn. You can laugh, you can learn. Chelley Roy, it's your turn.
Thank you guys so much for the warm welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. I pray that you guys are continuing to be safe and sanitized. I pray that you guys are having a great week so far. I'd like to start the show with thanking our sponsors. The Chelley Roy Show is sponsored by Built on Survival Skills Apparel. We're also sponsored by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to a pound a day. I also want to thank my makeup artist, Miss Amber Singletary, and my photographer, Stephen Tucker. You guys also be on the lookout for my upcoming red carpet interviews with the cast from the movie For the Love of Money, which will be in theaters on Thanksgiving. So you guys stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because up next we have Miss Alee Opuiyo, Mr. Anthony Robinson, and Savvy Entertainment. You guys stay tuned after the break.
Sooner or later, every hustle comes to an end.
So we're clear. What I am is a mother whose daughter is in trouble. That's it.
When last time you had some vitamin D?
I'm not interested.
Hey, brother, just want to say hello.
You seeing somebody? 'Cause you sure been looking awfully fancy lately.
We have an issue. It's time to take out the trash.
I did what I always do. You the one that can't be trusted.
This is the result of you wanting to run the street instead of being a real mother.
What happened to my money?
For the Love of Money. Thanksgiving Day. Only in theaters.
It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and my first guest is the CEO and founder of Savvy Entertainment. You guys help me welcome Miss Savonya Mcintosh. Welcome. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. It's an honor to finally get you here.
I know.
For sure.
I'm so happy to be here.
Me too.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. So we're going to get into all the amazing things that you're doing. But before we get into that, tell everybody who Savonya Mcintosh is.
Savonya Mcintosh is a manager, an entertainment manager. I also am the CEO and the founder of Savvy Events and Savvy Entertainment. And I'm also a mother.
I love that. Mother first, right?
Yes.
So with you having so many different hats and so many different roles, how do you manage all of that? Because it's a lot to manage.
It's not easy. I just take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time. It's something that I love. It's my passion. So it's like love. So it's not something that I really manage. I just do it.
I love that. And that's important that you lead with that and you put that into everything that you're doing. So that's really important. So before we get into the talent manager side of things, I know you're also a fashion designer. You do fashion shows. But before we get into that, talk to me a little bit about the Savvy Entertainment business as a whole and everything that comes, under that umbrella.
So Savvy Events and Entertainment started like in 2002.
Okay.
I used to direct fashion shows for a nonprofit.
Okay.
And the person didn't want to do that anymore, so I took what I learned from there, and that's how Savvy Events and Savvy Entertainment started and began.
Gotcha.
So
you're more like an event planner.
Well, I don't say planner.
Okay.
I say specialist.
Specialist,
Right.
okay.
Because I specialize.
There's a difference.
Yes, you specialize in a lot of things.
Gotcha.
So.
I love that. I love that. So doing the event planning and doing the fashion shows, are you a designer as well?
Well, no, I don't design anything. I design my own stuff.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't design stuff. I find designers, because what Savvy Entertainment and Savvy Events is about is giving people a platform.
Yes.
Like up-and-coming models, designers, people that want to direct shows. My passion is to give back to the community, so this is the way I give back.
I love
by
that.
giving them a platform to show their talent.
I absolutely love that. So do you have any upcoming events?
Well, I don't have one per se, but one thing about Savvy Events, we also get hired to do other things.
I love that.
So
always for hire.
yeah,
Great.
yes.
Great.
So December the 16th, we have a show coming up called Chicks and Kicks, and it's a fundraiser to raise money for unfortunate families for the holidays.
Gotcha.
During the pandemic, people couldn't, people had lost jobs and stuff like that. So we're
Okay.
picking a couple of families to raise money. So it's going to be a wonderful. So we're doing fashion and sneakers. We're putting it together
I love that.
and bringing it to life.
And so this event, is it a ticketed event? Can
Yes, it
people
is.
buy tickets so that
Yes.
they can help donate to the cause?
Right. So you can go on Eventbrite to buy tickets.
Okay.
And if you don't come out, you can't come. You can always contact me at Savvy Events 1987.
Okay.
And you can donate money.
That's awesome. And so where can they donate? I know you said they can go to Eventbrite to get the tickets, but where can they go to just donate if they aren't able to make the event?
They can come to Savvy Events 1987, and they can DM me, and I can tell them where to to donate to.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So let's skip over to the talent manager side.
Yes.
So you're a talent manager
Yes.
as well. So what does that consist of? Explain a little bit about that.
Yeah. So right now, I'm gonna go back to last year.
Sure.
A friend of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey, I like what you're doing. I like what I see you doing," and he asked me to manage him. So I took on that challenge, and it's been a challenge. So during the duration of the pandemic, I picked up I picked up an artist, a rapper,
Awesome.
another actress, and a DJ, which is kind of weird because a lot of DJs don't have managers.
Yeah.
But I help him do a lot of stuff. So yeah.
That's really good. So as far as like the DJ thing, everybody needs a manager. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? As far as when you have so many different things that you're coordinating and, interacting with various different people and places. So it's a need to
It
have a
is.
manager.
It
So
is. It is.
that's really important. So are you looking for or accepting new clients? Because I know everybody wants to know that too. Because there's a huge need for a talent manager.
Yes, yes, yes. So I am. Like I said, they can find me on Savvy Events 1987, or they can go to my email. It's called Email Savvy Events.
Okay.
And if they're looking for a manager, they can hit me up and we can have a conversation.
I love that. Perfect. So I know there is a process in terms of how you vet your talent that you take on, just as well as we as artists who kind of vet, our talent managers or our PR people. What is your process? Because I know everybody that reach out to you, you can't take them on.
Right.
You have to vet them in some type of way. So what is your process? How do you decide on if you're going to take on an artist?
Well, my my chemistry is what I do is I meet up with them and I have like this laid back conversation, just me and the person, and we talk, we vibe, we eat, and we get to see if we flow with each other. I always tell them to take a month to see if this is what they want. And most of them be like, I don't even need a month.
Yeah.
Just sitting here talking to you, I want to work with you now. But I always tell them to take a month. So once we get into it and I start doing things for them, they sign a 6-month contract. And in that contract, it's like, still, you want to work with me, see if we work well together and stuff like that. And after the 6 months, if you want to go a year, we'll do a year contract.
Okay. No, that's great. So as far as like a talent manager, since we have so many people that are looking and so many people that are listening, walk me through, I guess, a day-to-day for you in terms of your work for your actual artist. What is it that you do as a talent manager? So if I'm an artist and I'm looking to, solicit or hire a talent manager, what is it that you would be providing me, and what would be your day-to-day to kind of get me in front of, the decision makers or the influencers?
So all my artists that I work with, everybody is different. So everything is geared to what they need. Like I have like I said, I have a rapper, and all he needs me to do is get him in interviews, put him in front of the right people, things like that. So what I do is I talk to the people that I work with and see what I need to do exactly for them, because everybody don't need the whole package.
That's true.
Now, sometimes, for my day-to-day, as you were saying, when I get up, I check my email, send emails out for them, try to get them interviews, and I encourage them. I try to build up their portfolios, things that they did not have, things in that nature.
That's great. That's a lot of work.
It is.
That's a lot of effort, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so from a talent manager perspective, because there's a lot of work that goes into that. There's a lot of effort involved. There's a lot of coordination. So, and I'm just asking for myself because I'm curious, but I'm sure everyone else will be interested in knowing as well. You know how we have like networking events for whatever industry or field that we're in.
Right.
Do you guys as talent managers have networks or pools that you guys kind of pull from? Like how do you solicit like work for your artists? Is there like a pool that you reach out to?
Well, far as the actor, I connect with a lot of casting directors and stuff like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I connect with them and, build a communication with them, a network. And when you build up that network with them, they always sending you stuff all the time.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So that takes effort
Yeah.
and coordination
Yes.
on a regular basis
Every
too.
day. It's every
So
day.
how do you feel about, because I'm still learning, because the Chelley Roy is a brand. So branding is important and being consistent,
Absolutely.
with your content is important. So I recently, just had an amazing EPK done by my creative director, Angela Washington. Shout out to her. So how do you feel about an electronic press kit and an EPK?
That's necessary.
Yeah.
I think that's very necessary to anybody's brand. No matter if you're an actor, an artist, you have a talk show, even if you're a manager, it's very important that you have that.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
So, not taking a light from you, can you explain to those of us who may not be aware what an electronic press kit is? Because I know when it was first introduced to me, I'm like, what is that? And then once it was explained to me the purpose of it, it just really made sense. So can you explain to us what that is? Because that's very important.
Right, so that is where you have all, like, your pictures, everything that you do. Like, I know that you're author.
Yes.
So all that stuff will be in that kit. So when people look for you and you send that kit out, you'll always have that information ready for you.
Good. So it's pretty much at a glance your body of work,
Yeah, it's like
so
a
to
bio.
speak. It's
Yeah.
like telling a story, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's really, really powerful. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because once I got that and I really saw at a glance like how it presented me at a glance with everything that I've done, it's
Right.
very helpful.
Yeah.
And so in most cases, you know, the PR person that I have, she leads with that. So I just kind of
Right,
wanted to get your
exactly.
thoughts on that. Yeah. Which is really important.
It is. It is. And then one thing about a lot of people, they don't have it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, as a manager, I'll make sure that they get,
Right.
you know, in their journey.
Well, that was the same thing for me. I had never even heard of an electronic press kit.
Yeah.
When it was mentioned to me that I should get one done, I'm like, what is that? Like, what is the purpose? I've never even heard of it. But like I said, once I understood like the whole purpose of it, you know, the reason that it's being used, you know, because people are visual nowadays.
Yes.
People want things to kind of jump out at them. People really don't want to have to drill through pages and pages of information.
Right.
You know, so the electronic press kit is really important.
It's necessary.
Yeah, and so I also learned too with the electronic press kit, it could be as short as 1 page up to 30 pages. So
Yeah.
it just kind of depends.
Depends
So
on the person.
yeah. So I know we went on and on about the electronic press kit, but it's so important. And
It
I know
is,
when
it
we
is.
talk to Alee can attest to that too, as
Yes.
being, you know, a PR person. So talk to me about what advice you would give to an aspiring entrepreneur that wants to get into entertainment or as an entrepreneur as a whole.
Well, my advice is it's a lot of work. It's a day by day, night by night job. It's like 24/7. And if it's something that you really truly want, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, work hard. If it's your passion, just put all your energy into it. I love what I do.
And you can tell.
Yeah, I love what I do.
You really can tell. I mean, for those of you who don't know, and we didn't talk about this, you helped the Chelley Roy Show out a lot in the past. She has not just an entertainment business, but a transportation business.
Oh, yes.
So you've helped us out in the sense of transporting some of our A to C list celebrities to and from the show,
Yes, ma'am.
which is really important,
Yes.
which is another component to Savvy Entertainment. So with that being said, do you have an assistant?
Sitting over there.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
That's good to know because I was getting ready to say with everything that you have in your wheelhouse, it's a lot, especially with
It is.
having so many artists.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
And you got to have somebody to help you out.
For sure. And the biggest thing is, like I said, coordination. Just
Yeah.
making sure that, you know, you deliver, making sure that you meet certain deadlines,
Exactly.
making sure that you're on top of those, and then just keeping all of the necessary parties informed
Right.
of what the next steps are or what's upcoming.
Yes.
So that's very, very important. So before we end, tell everybody what your social media handles are.
My social media handles is Savvy Events 1987, Savvy ET Corner, and all this is on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's just my name, Savonya Mcintosh.
Thank you so very much. So you guys be sure to check out Miss Savonya Mcintosh on all social media platforms. She's a talent manager. She's looking for more artists. She's open to more business, and she also has a transportation company. So you guys stay tuned. We will be right back after this short break.
I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs, I've made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you.
What's going on, world? My name is Anthony Robinson, aka Antfarmusic, producer, keyboardist, musician, songwriter, artist. I got into music at the age of 13. My mom bought me a 25 key Casio keyboard, something real small, you know. That's what she could afford at the time or whatever.
Baby, can't you see through me?
I would have never thought in a million years that 25 key keyboard would keep me out of so much trouble, save my life really. My father struggled with some things that would cause them to lose his life at an early age for me. So to not become a burden to my mother, I had to figure out at a very young age that if it was certain things that I wanted to get, you know, I had to figure out a way to get it myself, or just work a little harder than the norm, or whatever the case may be. So man, that 25 key keyboard, man, kept me out of trouble, kept me out of the streets, man.
'Cause my love is in there hiding.
So just like that 25 key keyboard saved my life, it can also save your life. So with that being said, y'all, it's with great pleasure that I announce that Top 5 will be partnering with Real Estate Ladies Rock Unity in the Community nonprofit organization, launching our Gift Back initiative. And what that pretty much is going to be, myself along with some of my colleagues, some of the best musicians around the world, y'all, some of the who played for some of the biggest artists in the game today. I'm going to be partnering up with those guys, and we're going to be donating some of our gear, from drum sets, keyboards, lead guitar, bass guitars, to kids, man. I believe that we are the present, but our children is the future. And what we want to do is pour our gifts that was given to us back into the future coming behind us, y'all. So we're doing 25 keys for kids, y'all. And we're also doing a gift back during this holiday season. We know that 2020 has been crazy, and the world is still not fully back to normal yet. And in addition to this, y'all, I'll be doing a live free virtual benefit concert on Tuesday, December 7th at 8:00 p.m., y'all. We will be raising donations live on the concert, y'all, and part of the proceeds to that will be going to the Real Estate Ladies Rock Unity in the Community nonprofit organization, y'all. So anyway, y'all, let's help spread the love around the world to these kids, y'all. For more information about this cause and ways that you can help during this holiday season, please visit www.relrcommunity.org. We are the present, y'all. Let's help uplift the future, y'all. Antfarmusic, we out here, baby.
Thank you, guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and my next guest is here to talk about his Give Back, 25 Keys. He's also the founder and CEO of Antfarm. You guys, help me welcome Mr. Anthony Robinson. Welcome.
Everybody,
welcome. Welcome back.
Thank
so we got to definitely talk about the music a little bit before we give into the 25 Keys. So the last time you were on the show, you were here to promote your album and your music, which is going really well. I see you going down my timeline. I see you doing various different shows. So how's the music going?
It's going absolutely great. Obviously I'm performing a lot here in and out of the city, and also traveling a lot performing. I've had the opportunity to perform in in Oakland, Dallas, Houston.
Wow. Recently?
Yes.
How was that?
All this was in probably the last 2 months. It was great. It's great. I'll be in Atlanta this Saturday.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far so good. I can't complain. So
The
much.
marketing is bananas. So first off, as we were talking about Miss Savvy Entertainment and the importance of having a manager.
Right.
Do you have a manager?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, my managers, one of them is here right now.
Okay, good.
My other manager, newly manager, is actually Wiley K.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even connect the dots.
Yep.
I should have.
Yep.
But that makes sense. You have a great team.
Oh, absolutely.
The marketing is bananas because I constantly see you on the move, on the go. So in addition to you being in Atlanta soon, what else is upcoming as far as you promoting the album?
Yes, I have an event that's coming up on December 7th at 8:30 p.m. I'm doing a virtual live stream benefit concert.
Perfect. Okay.
And what it's going to be, I'm going to be me and my band performing live doing a full-blown concert. I've had feature artists. By the way, this concert is going to be the biggest concert that probably someone's seen from an independent artist.
Wow.
So it's a lot that's going into it, and we also raising donations to go towards the cause that we're going to talk about.
Perfect. Perfect. So with everything that you have going on, with you being on tour, being in different cities to promote the album, why did you choose to do this event virtual?
Virtual, just because I feel like I can reach
so many,
a lot more people. I want this to be viewed all over the world, and for me, the best way, the easiest way, is to do it through social media. I might as well take the advantage of just the social media platform. So that's really is just trying to figure out a way to reach as many people as possible.
Makes sense. That's perfect. So segueing into the reason and the cause behind the virtual concert, talk to us about your campaign and why you're here today to talk about 25 Keys. What is it and what's the purpose?
Okay, so 25 Keys for Kids is my gift back initiative. And what we're going to be pretty much doing is giving away keyboards, bass guitar, lead guitars, drum sets to inner city youth. And my story behind that is growing up as a kid, music was, particularly the keyboard, was very therapeutic for me. It kept me focused on something, it kept me out of trouble. And it also gave me a trait that I'm now doing as a profession.
Yes.
So as I always say, I feel like as an adult, we are the present, but our kids is the future. So just trying to pull back the gifts that was instilled into us back into the future coming behind us.
I love that. So that is very, very powerful. So I noticed in the promo that you sent, you talk a lot about your dad, the music.
Right.
How influential was that with you having your dad in combination with the actual music itself?
My father, to be honest, the circumstances with my father actually ended up ultimately helping me, because I got taught at a very young age the work ethic that I would need to apply now as an adult in order to make in order to execute certain opportunities that I have right now. So, as I said in the video, he struggled with some things, but what it ultimately did is at an early age, like I can remember as early as 9 and 10 years old, thinking of, okay, how can I help my mother, my family, my father? How can I help change my circumstances?
Yeah.
So it ultimately ended up working in my favor in terms of positive, despite it really wasn't a negative result as far as the way that I perceive it.
Right.
It gave me a pretty intense work ethic.
Which is really good, because you have that outlet and you have that example to share with the kids that you're going to be helping.
Right.
So with the equipment, are you going to, so you guys are looking to give away keyboards, guitars, and what was the other instrument?
Keyboards, lead guitar, bass guitars, and drum sets. And that's just for right now. And as we expand, and so would the instruments.
And so with that, the money that's being donated, you guys are buying new equipment, or are you guys open to, different charities and different organizations donating as well? Like, what's the requirement for 25 Keys?
We're open to all of it. You can. We're going to be raising, obviously. We're going to be raising funds to purchase them, but as well, we also accepting I've reached out to some of my colleagues that's touring with some of the top musicians in the game, and just say, hey, yo, what you doing with that guitar? And I've got a lot of them to a few of them to offer to donate. So it's all the above. I'm trying to just give away as many instruments as I possibly can to inner city youth.
That's really important. So, in addition to your upbringing and how music was a major role in you staying focused and, you just really having an outlet, what or why is this campaign so important to you right now?
It's important to me right now, particularly speaking that we coming out of the pandemic. I remember I always joke about this with my mother, but I probably asked my mother for 5 or 10 different things. And, unfortunately, she was in the position at the time that she could only do what she could do.
Right.
So the keyboard, in my opinion, was just another one of those things. But it was the first thing she said, okay, I'm going to see what this do. And I never thought in a million years that I'd be sitting right here right now doing it as a career.
Yes.
So it's important to me right now because I understand, especially being, speaking to inner city youth, I understand exactly the circumstances. And the real goal out of this is to give them something that they can do positive before resulting to doing something negative.
Right, which is really good. So being able to connect with a youth in a way in which you understand, from your previous, circumstances, once you guys actually give away the instruments, are you willing to work with some of the youth one-on-one? Because I'm sure that draws them to you as well.
Right. Absolutely. For me, about the first song I ever learned how to play was a song that I love.
Thinking.
Yeah, it was a song that I love. So what my strategy is, okay, now you have this instrument. What's your favorite song in the world? Whether it's a classical song, a gospel song, an R&B song, a hip hop song, a go-go song, on whatever instrument you desire to play it on, and teach them their favorite song first, and just see what happens. You'll be surprised that one song will turn into 2 songs, and that 2 songs will turn into 3, and so on. Next thing you know, they play the instrument.
That is so true. So you kind of was thinking what I was thinking in terms of, not necessarily picking your favorite song, but just trying to help them learn. Right. The melody, like the keys, that kind of thing. So I know it's different for each person, but what would you say your style and technique is in the sense of, okay, you have a kid who you were able to donate, let's say, a keyboard to, and then they're inspired by your story, they love your music, and so you have like this one-on-one with them.
Right.
What is your technique? Is it, because everybody can't read music, you know what I mean? So what is your technique? Is it more of, like you said, just tuning into that sound, that music, and then just trying to match it up with the keyboard? Like, what is your technique?
I think it starts off with just a conversation. So much of it is mental in terms of what goal are you trying to get out of this, in terms of, and it don't even have to be a long-term goal, but just, and what I mean by that, for an example, say if a kid is sitting right here with the keyboard in front of them, the goal right then and there may not even be them wanting to learn, okay, this is called C, this is called E, this, and so on. They go, and that's why I go back to the strategy of, what's your favorite song? I think it's if my strategy is, if I can make them comfortable in the moment, then I can move towards, okay, well, let's pull this song, just to really make them feel like, because a lot of times you have people that I feel like the thing that they lack in terms of reaching the connection with a child is because the child got to really feel like you know where they coming from.
Relatable.
And I feel like once I make them comfortable, it'll be easier to teach. So that's my strategy, is finding out whatever their favorite song, make them comfortable, and figure out whatever their favorite song is, and then we jam out together until we figure it out.
Because then you have that connection, and then you're on the same page, and you're now relating to something from one another. So no, that makes sense. So the next question I had was, how can we get involved? What is it that we can do to help your campaign with the 25 Keys? Because I think it's an amazing program that you have, and I think it's a huge outreach in terms of the kids that you're going to reach and save with donating the instruments.
Right. So you guys and everyone else can help by the website is www.relrcommunity.org.
Okay.
And every possible way that you can help donate, whether it's whether it's through donating instruments or whether it's through donating funds to help us purchase the instruments.
Okay.
All the information is there. So www.relrcommunity.org.
That's very important. And then as far as organizations and different charities that basically want to donate actual instruments, so you guys would just coordinate like a drop-off, pickup, or something like that?
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of that, we're actually, one of our biggest supporters is Unity in the Community, powered by Real Estate Ladies Rock. I reached out to one of their representatives, and the second that, I heard the story, they came and jumped right in. So they actually been working really, really, really strong side by me, just trying to get this off the ground. So we open it to whoever wants to help. It's not about me. It's really about, helping the kids.
The youth, absolutely. Well, I'll definitely be donating. So you guys, one more time, make sure you go to donate to, what's the website again?
www.relrcommunity.org.
That's perfect. And then the other thing that I was wondering, so you're going to be getting donations to purchase new instruments. You're going to be getting folks who are just giving, from different charities, used instruments. How are you guys selecting like the kids that get the instruments? Because I'm sure there's a lot of kids that are in need, that really want to be a part of, or be a recipient of some of the instruments.
Right. So what we're doing, obviously, we're particularly targeting inner city youth. And right now what we're doing is having them submitting essays, and the process for that is also on the www.relrcommunity.org. Having them submit essays, nothing big wild, but just what music means to them. If someone had a desire to get involved with music, whether it's playing an instrument or singing or rap, whatever it is, I just want a heartfelt letter of what music means to them, and those will be the ones we'll choose.
I love that.
And we're doing the distribution for the instruments will be on December 18th.
December 18th.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold like a small ceremony. I might have my band play. I might perform myself. And,
that's gonna be a treat.
And that's when we'll be giving the instruments, or distributing the instruments to the youth.
I absolutely love that. So it will be very inspiring just to kind of hear like those stories. So will you be, I know you won't be able to read all of the essays, but will you be reading some of them? Because just thinking about it, just, really tapping into, your reasons for, wanting the instrument, what music means to you. So will you be reading some of those essays?
I actually never thought about that, but that's a good idea. I might even do it, or I might even have, depending on the child, if they're not shy, I might even have them do it themselves.
That's awesome. Okay.
But yeah,
I love how we're strategizing through this, right? That's great. That'll be awesome. So one last question. Well, not question. Tell everybody what your social media handles are. Okay. So y'all can follow me at official_Antfarmusic on all social media outlets, official_Antfarmusic. And the benefit concert that's taking place on December 7th will be live on Facebook at Top 5 and live on Instagram at Top 5 DC. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony Robinson. You guys be sure to go donate, donate, donate. And we'll be right back after this break.
Sooner or later, hustle comes to an end.
So we're clear. What I am is a mother whose daughter is in trouble. That's it.
When last time you had some vitamin D?
I'm not interested.
Hey, brother just want to say hello.
You seeing somebody? 'Cause you sure been looking awfully fancy lately.
We have an issue. It's time to take out the trash.
I did what I always do. You the one that can't be trusted.
This is the result of you wanting to run the street instead of being a real mother.
What happened to my money?
For the Love of Money. Thanksgiving Day. Only in theaters.
It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show. It's the Chelley Roy Show, and it's going down.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy. You guys help me welcome my next guest, Miss Alee Opuiyo. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to finally get to sit here and interview you.
Thank you.
And we'll get into it, but most of you guys aren't aware that Alee is an amazing publicist. So she stands behind her clients. She gets her clients work. And so I've seen some of the work that you've put out, and I've seen some of the work and the assignments that you've been able to get your clients on. So without further ado, because I don't want to run my mouth too much, tell everybody who Alee is and what's your story.
Sure. So my story is I've been in business since 2007. I was a general assignment reporter for the Afro after graduating from Howard in 2005.
Ah, I remember the Afro.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I was there for about a year and a half. And what prompted me to start my public relations firm was publicists would solicit me to cover their clients, but their pitches, their press releases, their overall selling of their clients to me was poor. They didn't know how to disseminate information on behalf of their clients. And so for me, with that journalistic foundation, right, and my paycheck looking like a joke, making that transition from being a reporter to a publicist was seamless. Because I used the press contacts I had created as a reporter.
That's it.
Right?
Okay.
To start my firm.
Okay.
So I've been in business since 2007.
That's perfect. And so you answered my question because I know that you did go to Howard and you did major in journalism.
Broadcast journalism.
So that was my question. Like, how did you make that decision to transition from being a journalist to PR?
Well, it was mainly at the time economic, right? So coming out of school, going into TV journalism, they don't make a lot of money. And I had bills, I had responsibilities.
You would never think that.
Initially, they don't.
Yeah.
It takes you a couple of years to really get your bearing, salary-wise, right? And I wasn't able to do that. So I went the print journalism route, which is a little better, not that much better.
So explain to us what the print journalism
Yeah, so as having been a reporter, I was a print journalist.
Okay.
As opposed to being on TV.
Gotcha.
So, making that transition to being a publicist was just economic at the time. That was what motivated me to make that move.
I absolutely love that. And that makes sense for sure. And I don't know if you were listening when I interviewed the first guest. We talked about the talent manager and the importance of branding. I asked her questions about the electronic press kit. So I'll ask you the same thing because it's really important. Like, I didn't even understand what an electronic press kit is. And for someone like myself or anyone else who has a brand, who's looking to, get their brand out there, to, present their brand in a certain way, to get jobs, you really don't know what it is you're looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean? So explain to us what the electronic press kit is and the purpose of it.
So the importance of an electronic press kit is it's a snapshot of who you are, the entity that you are, right? But before we get to the electronic press kit, let's get to your pictures.
Yes.
Whenever people retain me, the first thing I say is, we have to do a professional photo shoot. That's outside of your retainer to me.
Yeah.
That's important. With the whole team, makeup, styling, everything. Those images are not only used for the electronic press kit that my firm will create on your behalf, right? But I also use those images for, if I get interviews for you.
Yeah.
TV, radio.
So promoting,
Exactly. Your social media platforms. What pictures are you going to use on your social media platforms? The branding, your branding has to be consistent across the board. I can't use a selfie you took on your phone.
Yes.
I take some badass selfies, but I'm not going to use them in my electronic press kit to represent myself and my brand. And I impart that knowledge to my clients.
That is so very, very important. I think for me, as far as like the photos, I got that earlier on because I'm just an image type person. Understanding the importance of presentation,
is very important,
but not necessarily tying that to the electronic press kit at the time. So that part I got and understood. But that's very important because people don't understand that. So I like the fact that not only are you a publicist and you work for your clients to bring them the maximum results for their brand, but it's almost like you're coaching them. And I think a lot of times that's what's missing, the coaching part. Because when I started, looking for a publicist, I didn't really know what to look for. I just knew that I needed help.
But here's the thing, when you mention coaching, a lot of people are sometimes not receptive to the information.
Yeah.
They're not receptive to the critique of their brands to take their brands to the next level.
Right.
And some people stand in their way.
Yeah.
And so,
I hear that a lot.
And so when people retain me and they may be apprehensive to being receptive to the information, we take baby steps. We're walking it out together.
Gotcha.
So that they understand that everything that I'm saying is for the betterment of themselves and their brands in total.
And I love the fact that you said that people aren't always receptive to it. And even though they aren't, you meet them where they are.
Exactly.
And you kind of take the baby steps. So segueing into the next question in response to what we're talking about now, how do you go about determining whether or not you're going to take on a new client? Because I know you get a lot of people that reach out to you, and it's really hard. You know what I mean? You have to be mindful of your business and your brand, who you align yourself with, the vetting process. So what is your process for taking on a new client? Because I'm sure you have to turn down some people.
I do. There's some people that, and some entities, some projects that don't align with the principles of my business.
Yes.
It's taken years for me to build my reputation to where it is now. And so to have someone compromise that, it's just not something I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you want to pay me. My professional reputation is everything to me. And so, yes, there are people that I have to just say thank you for, looking out. Thank you for wanting to engage, but I can't take you on as a client. The vetting process it's very streamlined. About a 15-minute introductory phone call.
Okay.
Then from there, I ask them to send me an email as to what goals they want to achieve and accomplish with retaining a publicist.
Gotcha.
With that information, I compose a comprehensive proposal.
Okay.
That includes a list of services that I'm going to render based on their needs.
Gotcha.
With what the investment/retainer will be. And so I tend to only work with about 2 to 3 clients. That's it.
Wow.
That's
2 to 3 clients.
That's it.
Within a couple months?
Within
6 months?
a 3 to 6 month period.
Okay.
That's why my retainer is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
I've been doing this for a while.
Sense.
And so I'm able now, by the grace of God, to earn a nice and just work with premium clients.
Right.
I'm able to give them 200% of me.
Right. Your full dedication.
There's no business hours here.
Yeah.
24/7, we doing what we got to do.
I love that.
So that's what it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then you have the commitment from your client, and
Yes.
then
Yes.
you know that your client is really serious about, you know,
Exactly.
receiving the information that you're
Exactly.
giving them in order to put them in the best position,
Exactly.
you know, for their brand.
And I've been blessed to work with amazing entrepreneurs and amazing nonprofit organizations and amazing entertainers. I've also done event public relations. So my experience has run the gamut. And the
love that.
results have run the gamut as well. So I'm very blessed.
I absolutely love that.
very
So
blessed.
the list of services you provide
Sure.
again.
So press release composition, interview and media placement, marketing, branding, image consulting, public relations services for events. So if you have an event, I can promote that as
Gotcha.
well to get you media coverage for yourself and your event.
I absolutely love that. So give me and the audience an idea of what your day-to-day is like. So say, for instance, I hired you as my publicist. I'm an author, talk show host, wardrobe stylist. You have my electronic press kit. You have everything you need. Like, what's a day-to-day for you in terms of positioning me and putting me in situations where I'm being in front of the decision makers and the influencers?
So I'm in front of my computer all day. I have my office downstairs. I'm literally in front of my computer on my phone, first talking to my contacts, people that I've known for years.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my girl Chelley Roy. Boom, boom, boom. Booking interviews, media opportunities, speaking engagements, right, on your behalf.
Yes.
I'm also reaching out to people that I may not know on your behalf, and that's where the pitch comes in, the power of the pitch. The pitch is
I love that.
2 to 3 sentences, summary about my client that I'll send
Wow.
to a particular media entity, etc. That pitch is key. I'm selling you to them. And so within those 2 to 3 sentences, if I'm not able to capture the essence of who you are and they don't get it, I failed my client.
Wow.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And so my day-to-day just consists of that, constant phone calls, emails.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow.
So,
I love that. That's perfect.
Yes.
So in addition to that, give me an idea of, I know you said you typically, your capacity and your bandwidth is 2 clients.
The max 3.
The max
The max
3.
3, yes.
So what would you say, well, just speaking to you, I was going to ask the question generally, but for you, when you actually take on a client, how do you go about like pitching what you can actually deliver to them? You know, oftentimes some publicists are basically saying, you know, we typically have to start with at least a minimum of 90 days, 6 months. And in this time frame, I can guarantee X, Y, and Z. What is your approach
So here's
with
the
that?
thing. I've never guaranteed press coverage. In all the years I've been doing this,
Okay.
I have never guaranteed it, right? However, based on my professional experience, I'm able to assess
Yes.
where you are and what I can do for you. But if a publicist is saying to you they can guarantee X, Y, and Z,
That's
run,
scary.
because they're lying to you,
Yeah.
right? But everyone who's retained me over the years, my track record is excellent.
Yeah.
I have never taken someone's money and not delivered,
Right.
right? So I let people know what I'm going to do and what I estimate in terms of what I can do for them,
Gotcha.
and I've never been wrong.
Gotcha.
And people are comfortable with that.
Right.
Now, if they want a guarantee, I'll guarantee the bare minimum. And I over-exceed that.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
I was going to ask for an example.
Perfect example. So a client found me on LinkedIn. She owns this huge staffing firm in downtown Silver Spring. And I met her, I'd say, about 3 years ago. She just found my profile. She loved my portfolio of work. She wanted to retain me. So her hook was she just recently became a 100% female-owned business, right?
Okay.
So, and I've never told this story publicly. So I met with her in her office downtown Silver Spring. I had sent her my references. I sent her my portfolio of work. She was very impressed. And in the office, she wanted a guarantee. Now I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, damn, I know she's got something, but how am I gonna make it do what it do?
Right.
You know, just so it was the last week of February, right before Women's History Month in March. So the light bulb went off. So I asked her, I said, what's your business valued at? And she told me, $15 million.
Wow.
Okay? So that was the hook. 100% female-owned business, now worth $15 million.
Yeah.
I got
That's
her so
major.
many interviews. She was very pleased with me.
Wow.
And I didn't even know how I was going to do it.
But you made it happen.
That light bulb just went off.
The value. Yeah.
And she got radio, television, print. We even got her an audition for a reality show. They didn't go with her, but nothing to do with her. They just went with somebody else.
Right.
But that was what I was able to do on her behalf.
Right.
And so,
And
yeah,
you made it
it's
work.
just- I made
you know
it work.
what I mean? You made it work. She's satisfied.
I was very satisfied.
And that's the goal. That's really the goal.
And referred me to someone else who hired me. So it's just, I go off of referrals. I have never aggressively solicited clients.
That's a great place to be
It's
in.
referrals.
That's a great
It's
place to be in.
social media.
If your business is solely on
Yes.
referrals and you're not having to go out and
I don't.
solicit. So are you at capacity or are you accepting more
At this
clients?
point, probably one more client at this point.
Okay.
Because I'm working on two major projects. One is a book tour for a diplomat.
Wow.
A college book tour.
All right. That's
including
awesome.
Howard University, Georgetown, Stanford, Berkeley, the University of Georgia, University of Pennsylvania, Auburn University, Tuskegee.
I love that.
And I reached out to every single one of those schools.
That's
myself.
great.
And so we're planning each and every city.
I
that will
love
be in
that.
February of next year.
February of next year. Okay.
And so those are the caliber of clients that I've been blessed with.
That is
God has been
amazing.
very good to me.
Amen.
Very good.
So you guys heard it here. If you guys are looking for a publicist with a proven track record, you guys can go to Alee on her social media handles, which are
at Dynamic Public Relations on Instagram. My website is www.dynamicpublicrelations.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter.
awesome. I want to thank my studio audience as well as the online audience. You guys have been amazing. I want to thank you to all of my guests, Miss Alee, Savvy Entertainment, Antfarm with 25 Keys. And you guys don't forget to look out for my red carpet interviews for my movie premiere of For the Love of Money. And also be sure to check out the premiere this Friday with Iyanla Van Zant at 7 p.m. You guys, thank you for continuing to support me. You have a great night.